It's a Longhorn day. This is the tales of Mountain Creek Ranch. So I'm sitting here today with the Longhorns at Mountain Creek. The Longhorns are one of the newer additions here, and you can actually engage in a Longhorn cattle drive as a team building activity if you'd like to, or it could be something super fun on that family reunion. You learn a lot about a person on a cattle drive. I've learned a lot about Longhorn cattle in the last few days, trying to do a little bit of research about what makes them so special. And obviously the first thing you think of when you think of Longhorn cattle are those crazy big horns that stick out of the side of their heads. Well, those horns can grow as much as 80 inches in their first year. Just amazing. Now these guys, they're just starting out and they're growing their horns, but we've got some here at the ranch that are crazy big horns for a cow. That's what they are. They're a cow. And they've got an amazing story to tell. They're an independent cow. I think that's what I like about them so much, is they're a cow that can actually survive without us. And that's what got them in trouble in the very beginning. If you think back to when they first came to America and when they came to the South and they were prominent in the Texas area, these cattle don't have a lot of fat on them. They're a very, very lean beef. And so a lot of the ranchers didn't like that. They liked those cows that could get great big and fat and have a lot of marbling in their meat. And so the original ranchers, they didn't like them. They wanted to get rid of them. And they almost did. They actually almost became extinct. I have one right now that's licking the heel of my boot because I guess it tastes pretty good. These are Tecovas boots, buddy. So, and guess what? They're cowhide. But anyway, sorry, bud. So, the Longhorn cattle, really in the 1800s, early 1800s, even late 1700s, they were so sparse. And then they really started enticing ranchers to bring them back onto their ranches. Why? Because they were incredibly low labor. They didn't cost a lot to keep. They were very self-sufficient. And there's one word around what makes them so self-sufficient, and that word is the ability to adapt. They can adapt to their surroundings. They can adapt to what they eat. They can adapt very well to heat and to cold. And they are actual foragers. So if you don't have hay, they'll figure it out. They will find a way to survive. Adapt. Survival. Two big points that are critically important in the success of any population. Look at your horns. You know, those are pretty handy to get those flies off of your back like that. You're pretty talented. You'd have to be careful though that you swung the right way or you might poke yourself. But that's pretty amazing how you do that. You know what? I like you. I've read about you. You're a mama. And you know what's really cool about you and what I think is so awesome? How protective you are of your babies. So these mama Longhorns are incredible animals. I have two sons, and I can tell you from the moment that I had them, I awakened some kind of mama lion inside of me. But I think the term today, based on what I've learned, is we shouldn't say mama lion, we should say mama Longhorn. Because mama Longhorn is fierce when she has her baby. She is known to protect her baby from everything much longer, over a longer period of time than most cows protect their babies. So she'll even protect them, lay them under her during rain. She'll protect them certainly from predators. She actually doesn't want them around humans very much, not real trusting, until she knows that that baby's safe. And that baby Longhorn will stay with her mama for more than milk. That baby Longhorn will stay for protection. And I think about what that means in our cultures. You know, we could say to our employees, we give you a paycheck. What do you want? But I think in order to feel safe and secure and happy in a culture, it's more than a paycheck. It's knowing that I'm protected here, knowing that I'm safe to have ideas, to share my ideas, to make decisions and take action above my waterline, to know that I'm in a nurturing culture where I'm safe. It takes more than a paycheck to want to feel safe within that culture. Thank you, Mama, for teaching me that. So these longhorns that Mama has actually are an example of adaptation. So in the wilderness, when the longhorn breed was just getting established and brought to America and wild, and they realized that the mom that protected her babies the best, and actually the bull that protected his herd the best, were the ones with the longest horns, because they used those horns as weapons against coyotes and wolves and other predators. So the longhorns grew longer and longer and longer through adaptation so that they could be more successful. It's important to understand the power of adaptation in all of our cultures. I thank you for joining me for this Tales of Mountain Creek Ranch. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Tails, Tails, MCR, and we'll see you next time.